All right, guys, we're gonna make something so delicious and so simple. It has 5 ingredients. I know we like 5 ingredients. Gonna have some melting wafers. I love the Ghirardelli dark myself because I'm a dark chocolate fan. A little bit of sea salt, some pistachios, some craisins, and some coconut. Those are your 5 ingredients. Really, really simple. Couple things that you're gonna need. You're gonna want a chopping bowl.
Right. That camera.
Oh.
Face that camera, yeah.
So you got your 5 ingredients. Couple of tools you're gonna need. You're going to need a chopping bowl and a chopper. You can get one of these. Some of you may not know this. Some of you have the food processor. Don't do it in a food processor. You can pick one of these up probably at a yard sale somewhere. This is my great-grandmother's, so we're gonna imbue a little bit of her spirit here to make this delicious. Bowl's great versus chopping things with a knife so you don't cut your fingers. And everything stays into the bowl when it's nice. You're gonna need a cookie sheet, some parchment paper, a Ziploc bag. You're gonna want a spatula, a whisk, pair of scissors. Then you will need a small pot, which mine is over here on the stove. Has a little bit of water in it. We're gonna use a glass bowl because I don't have a double boiler, so I made my own. Glass bowl's gonna go in the top. Chocolate's gonna go in there and it's gonna melt. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. Get my water warm. While my water is warming up, I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping my ingredients. I'm gonna take my cranberries. I maybe have a cup of them and drop them in my bowl. Handy chopper. Just give it some chops. My craisins are all chopped up. Pistachios are next. I'm gonna do about half of these to start with. And get those chopped up. Nuts have a tendency to jump a little bit when you cut them. The other reason that's having a bowl is helpful. And as you notice, the cranberries are red, pistachios are green, and nothing better for the holidays than having stuff that's festively colored.
Hey, Jordan.
Yep.
You know you have your headset on?
Oh. Was I supposed to not have that on? I always have my headset on. I have people making fun of me in some of the videos, telling me it's my old school headset from when I worked at ADT in the call center. And I'm like, no, because this one doesn't muss up the hair because it comes around the back.
And we're rolling again on this.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move those over to the side of my bowl, chop a few more in here. I wanna make sure that I have enough, because once your chocolate melts and you get it poured into your wafers, you only have a certain amount of time to get your toppings on before your melted chocolate starts to firm up. Frustrated with the kids? Chopping nuts. It's all good. All right, so we have our nuts chopped. See there's a little mess in the bottom of the bowl. We're just gonna leave that right there. All right, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come over. We're going to pour our chocolate in. They're these lovely little wafers. They're all uniform in size, which is going to help them melt very consistently. So my water's heating up. You don't want to boil the water. You just want to get it nice and hot just before the boil stage. And then you're going to see this chocolate, once that water gets hot enough, is going to melt very quickly. So once your chocolate's melted, it's finished being stirred, and you're gonna need a little bit of help. So Devin, come on in here. And we're going to put our chocolate in our bag. You can let it cool down a little bit if it's too hot to handle. All right, so chocolate's in our bag. Notice we kind of tilted it to keep chocolate out of one end of it. Go ahead and seal it so you don't end up with a chocolate accident. All right, you're gonna get your cookie sheet with your parchment paper and a pair of scissors. You're going to kind of take one end of it and just cut an angle out of the corner. Now you have a pouring bag. go ahead and you can get about 12 or so cookies out of, or wafers out of each bag of chocolate. Don't worry about being too neat to start, because you're gonna fix them as you go. All right, so you got your basic ones, and then I'm just gonna go back and add a little bit of chocolate to those that are a little smaller. Because we're gonna spread these out here in just a minute. Just add a little more to those that are a little bit small. All right, those look pretty even. And set your chocolate aside. And just take a little knife. And you can round them a little bit, flatten them out a little bit. Doesn't take a lot, just a little bit of pressure. And it will automatically start to spread itself out. All right, so before your chocolate starts to cool down too much, you're gonna start with your lightest ingredients first. I love chocolate and sea salt, so we're gonna do a little sprinkle of sea salt on each one. Kind of looks like a little bit of frost. All right, then you're gonna take some of your coconut, give a little sprinkle on each one. Next, you're gonna do your craisins, because they're gonna be your next heaviest ingredient. After your craisins, you're gonna go ahead and sprinkle your pistachios on there. And you can give them a little pat down to help them stick. And when you are done, you have a fantastic sea salt, chocolate, cranberry, pistachio, coconut Mendiants. So happy holidays. Vote for me because these are delicious.